In this video, we will briefly see how to create any type of pipe system. So what we're going to do is start off by creating a new family based on the generic model template. Once this is up, I'm just going to create a simple extrusion to host a few pipe connectors. And each of those connectors will be different types of gas, represent different types of gas systems that we will then incorporate into our model. So first of all, I'm just creating kind of a base extrusion rectangle here. And now I'm going to create a few little pipe extrusions or little pipe segments to represent the connections to these pipe systems. So I'll go ahead and create these using little circular extrusions with a radius of 0.75 inches, which will result in pipe connections of 1.5 inches. So I'll go ahead and place one of those, finish the extrusion, and then go ahead and place my connector using the other system type. And then I'll just modify that connector to make it used as a inlet at a kind of like a patient room, if this was like a medical gas system. And change the radius to 3/4 of an inch to match the geometry. Okay. And then I'll go ahead and copy that a few times for different types of gas systems. Okay, then I'm going to go back and modify the connector to just give the connector a description so I know which connector I'm manipulating as I create my systems within my model. So I'll call this one O2 for an oxygen gas, call this one NO for nitrous oxide, and I'll call this last one just N for nitrogen. And go ahead and also the other thing I want to do is just make sure I set the family category to a plumbing fixture. I might want this mechanical equipment, just kind of depends on how I want to use this in my model. So I've loaded that in. I'm going to go ahead and place that. Need to select that new family from the type selector. Go ahead and place that in my model. And then the other thing I'm going to want to do is in my plumbing floor plan, I'm going to switch over to that here in a sec, but in my view, I want to create some additional view filters to filter out these specific gas systems based on their name when I create them. So first of all, I'm just going to add flex pipes to my pipe filter. Now I'm going to create a new filter called O2, apply it to the system name equals O2, create another new pipe filter. Again, set the system name equals NO. And finally, create the third one for oxygen, or excuse me, for nitrogen. Got all those set. Now I'm going and modify my view properties. Those view filters are generic to my model, so in this specific view, in my plumbing view, what I want to do is I want to turn those filters on and just make sure I give a different color to each of my pipe systems, just based on whatever preference I desire. So my oxygen is red, my nitrous oxide is green, and my nitrogen will be blue here. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and create a new system here. You'll see I have O2 selected. Now I want to make sure that I give the system name match the name of that connector. So again, O2 here. Create my next system. Select the next connector, which is nitrous oxide. Edit my system. Give it the same name, NO. And finally, my last system, I'll go ahead and create it. And it knows, since there's only one connector left, that it's that last connector. So I'll just go ahead and give it the name N as well here. Now as I start routing pipes, they already know what system they're on because they're connecting to the connector, and they'll automatically color themselves accordingly based on my view filter. So as you can see, the oxygen is red, nitrous oxide is green, nitrogen is blue. The other thing I want to do is I want to place a tag, and you'll see the default pipe tag just shows the size. So I'm going to go in and modify that tag to also show, in this case, the system name. So I'm going to go ahead and edit that tag family, select that label, edit it, add in the system name. I just want to put a little space here under the prefix there, so there's a little space between the size and the name. And scroll this out just so it doesn't wrap, load it into my project. You'll see it'll update to represent and show the system name. So I'll go ahead and tag the other two pipes here. You'll see here for the oxygen that the pipe or the tag doesn't orient with the pipe. It just goes horizontally there. So I'm going to go back and edit this tag real quick. Under settings, family categories and parameters, just check this box that says rotate with component, hit OK, load it back into my project, and there you have it. The tag now orients itself with the pipes.